Right. So let's talk a little bit more about the protections and the security. So like, if you look at like Ethereum contracts, for example, we have like the Open Zeppelin contracts. These are tried and tested contracts that have been, audited, used by like thousands of projects, and are very like carefully scrutinized for bugs and vulnerabilities. In the case of abstract, how do applications know that the modules that are being published by just sort of, for lack of a better word, random developers are secure and are not going to jeopardize their users' security?
Yep. Yeah, that's a really important question. Every abstract app, so our platform is a permissioned application platform. So every one of the modules that gets uploaded needs to be approved. We have a standard for developers to upload metadata for those applications with links to the audits, to the name, description, and details of the developers themselves. We want to make sure that anyone using modules on the abstract platform can be assured that they're using something that has been audited and is secure, and so they don't get exposed to unnecessary risk.
Right. And when you say they're uploaded, like they're uploaded to all of the COSM WASM chains that support abstract, or is there some sort of like centralized orchestration mechanism for all these modules?
Yeah, currently it's every COSM WASM chain that supports abstract, and the checksums are verified between the chains so that we can assure devs that if they depend on an app on one chain, they can get, and they have the same version on another chain, that they can be guaranteed it's the same checksum between chains.
Okay. I mean, this security kind of process that you described, do you think it's sufficient? I mean, because like as this scales, like one thing that stands out to me as potentially problematic is that people can publish modules there. Okay, there's maybe like a link to some audit, but that requires some kind of human verification to check whether that audit is real, for at the least, and that might be difficult to scale if there's like lots of different applications being built there, and I don't think it takes very like. I think a very targeted vulnerability, with one very highly dependent application or an application that a lot of other apps depend on. We've seen this with like kind of supply chain attacks in Web 2. Like how do you ensure that supply chain attacks can't happen in abstract?
Yeah, of course we can't guarantee that this is never going to happen. Though there are two types of modules within abstract. There are app modules, which are per account, per instance, and they have specific configurations per instance of the application. And the adapters are not migratable. So if you have a DEX adapter, you actually get a static address that does not expose the migrate function, which protects you from the publisher of that DEX adapter migrating it and kind of potentially rugging you of your liquidity. On the supply chain side, we are looking to create a platform to incentivize people to expose these vulnerabilities on test nets or on testing environments by having like continuous hackathons and continuous bug bounties, where if you expose a bug that might expose 100 million worth of liquidity, then you get a very sizable bounty for giving that bug report and exposing it. Additionally, on the application side, every app has a suspend function that is callable by the owner of that application. So if there's a vulnerability that's published, Abstract can expose a service that would automatically pause the applications that may be affected by one of these attacks. This is something that's very common in Web 2 companies, but it would, of course, be an opt-in service, as would, for example, automatic updates.